Hello everybody, this is Hank. Today I'm back to talk to you about a Yongnuo Ring Flash unit that I just got. I ordered on Amazon.com a YN-14EX. And this unit is, what it is a ring flash mounted around the camera lens. So without further ado, let's open it up and see what we've got with this unit. And by the way, this unit costs $99 from Amazon. So comes in a box like this, and it came with a pretty nice case, and we are going to open it up. Okay, within the case we have this unit. This unit comes with flash body and the flash bulb basically, and it comes with two flash, on the left and the right, or whatever, top or bottoms, depending on what you want to do. And it also comes with a couple LED lights here that basically you can press a button and light it up, so that it will help with the focusing if there's not enough light. Okay, all of this design exists in the original Canon thing, so there's really nothing new about this one. Within this package, it obviously comes with a instruction manual, and I'll put it aside here. Come with a number of adapter. So basically, depending on the lens size, okay, this you need these adapters so that it would fit onto the lens. So here's the units. First of all, I'm going to put the batteries into it. It takes 4 AA's. I have 4 here. So we're going to install the battery. Close it up like that. Okay. So now I'm going to mount this one to my camera. I have it down here. This is a 7D Mark II camera with a 100mm f2.8 macro lens here that I use for macro purposes. And it comes with a 67mm thread. And in order to mount this, obviously you cannot use the hood. So first of all, we are going to get one of these adapter rings, and this is the 67mm ring. There it is. Once you screw it in, okay, now you get ready to mount. To mount this one goes on to the hot shoe just like any other flash. And it has the round ring that you can lock it down with. So that is on. And then you install this one. It has these two buttons here. You push it in, and then it fits over the adapter ring, like so. So basically, now that it is installed, let's explore the LED lights. First of all, there's a button on here that you can press to get the light to turn on. Now, there are actually two flash bulbs, okay, independent, and you can control the ratio between the two. So basically, when you shoot an object, you can kind of offset the light to give it a little bit of a shadow 3D effect instead of just flat, even light lighting up the object. So that's an option. Okay, the ring flash here is rather simple. It looks like any other flash unit. Over here in the leftmost button, that's to turn on the light, and if you long press it, it will turn on the beeping sound. So each of the button does different thing when you hold it down more than a couple of seconds versus just what they call a short press. So in the mode, there's only two modes. One is the ETTL mode and the other one is manual mode. We're going to explore that a little later. And in this button here, the short press control the ratio on, off, and then you can change it. The long press is going to second curtain. Okay, over here you have the control of the lamp, which is the LED light for the purpose of focus that we discussed earlier. And then if you long press it, it's going to allow you to change the function, the custom function of the flash. Okay, so and here's the on-off button, and here's the control up and down, and of course you can press the pilot to fire off the flash like any other flash. Alright, so let's explore ETTL. In ETTL mode, of course the camera is going to measure the flash intensity through the lens and take care of the exposure for you. And while you're in manual mode, then you get to set the intensity yourself. Okay, so first let's explore ETTL, because that's the mode that most people use it more than anything. So you have an option of just setting the ETTL like that, and I don't know if you can see this very well, but there's a symbol. Remember we talked about this thing having two flash bulbs, one in the left and one's on the right. So basically this one represents the left bulb and the right bulb, and having this symbol showed up signify that when you fire the flash, both of them is going to fire off. Now in this flash, you can individually control the power of the each of the left and right. So basically when you press the ratio button, there's a ratio A and B that show up. The default is 1:1, and then you can press this button and move it to, on the right side is going to be a little bit like 1:2, 3, I guess, 4, 8, and so forth. 8 is the most, and if you go beyond 8, look at what happened over here. That means that you're going to just fire off the right side only and the left's turn off completely. So when you go over here, the left is going to fire it except only one ratio out of 8. So 8 strength on the right, 1 strength on the left. So that's how it is. It's fairly simple. On the opposite end, you go over here and the left side is going to be more light. Okay, so it's that simple, and you go all the way over, you turn off the right completely. Okay, so that is the ratio in the Ettl. Okay, so while in manual, you can also control the ratio between the left and the right flash. And to do that, you press the ratio button, and then you have that. So the default is the A, which is the left one. You can now, if you're at 164 already and you go left, you turn it off completely. The symbol is gone over here. Or you can turn it on 1/64th power, 32. Let's assume I'm going to do 1/16th for A, right? So now I can go to set the B by pressing the Enter button. Switch over to B, and the default is 1/64th. Again, if I go to the left, I turn it off completely. I go to the right and I start to increase it. So I'm going to keep that 132. So right now, one is 1/32 and the other one 1/16. So there would be a ratio between the two that would give you a little bit of basically a 3D effect. So you got differential light unit from left and right. Even though they are so close to each other, probably won't make any difference for a large object. For a really small object close to the lens, that might make a huge difference. Okay, so basically that's how you set the ratio. For now, I'm gonna set them back to 164, just in case I don't burn it up accidentally too much. Okay, and now that's manual. So we've covered Ettl manual. You probably be wondering at this point, right? So what happened to the rest of the mode? Okay, the only other mode that we have is a second curtain sync, and I haven't figured out for macro what you use a second curtain sync for. But when I find out, I'll let you know. I have no idea. Now, what is obviously missing from here are a couple of things which are very, very disappointing, and that kind of makes me am very disappointed of this Yongnuo unit, because unlike the Canon counterpart that this one was supposed to be a carbon copy of, this thing is lacking two very important features that really is unfortunate. The number one feature that is missing is the high-speed sync. So this thing is not capable of doing high-speed sync. And what that means is that when you're outdoor and when the light is bright, you cannot go, set a shutter speed faster than the flash speed, which for most cameras would be 1/200th of a second. It can't be faster than that. Some cameras would be able to do it 1/250, but still, for action photography, I use the macro a lot to capture butterflies and bees in flight, and sometimes I need higher shutter speed than the default 1/200. So that's a very disappointing lack of feature for me. Another lack of feature that is even worse is that this thing is not capable of being a master. So what it means is that when you mount this one, you can't use any other flash. Now, for example, if I take portraits and I want to use this ring flash for soft fill, okay, and use some other flashes for the purpose of using it for main lights, and this one's for soft fill, I can't do that, because once you mount this one, you can only use this flash unit and nothing else. So that's very disappointing. Now, the Canon counterpart, supposedly that thing is like $500, so basically 5 times more than this. So that one is fully capable of doing high-speed sync and fully capable of being a master. So this one did away with the two most important functions. Now you might be saying that, hey, what do you expect out of a $100 unit versus a $500 unit? But keep in mind that in the flash, Yongnuo, YN-14EX RT flash versus the Canon 600EX RT flash. Now that Yongnuo flash does almost everything the other one does, except for the external, A&M mode that it doesn't have. It does everything else. So, and the price ratio is roughly the same. Maybe 1 to 4, not 1 to 5, but so that make the YN-14EX RT a very attractive replacement. This one, I'm disappointed, but I'm going to keep it because I don't often use this one for fill. I would rather use two separate flash units, which I have 4 of, so I don't really care. But the versatility is really lacking, and on high-speed sync, I guess I'll have to take pictures outdoor at 1/200th of a second and take my chance on that. Either that or don't use this flash. So with that, I thank you for your attention. This seems to be a pretty well-built unit, even though there are reports that the battery door don't last very long. Some of them pop open. I just got this one and it seems to hold up pretty well, but only time will tell. Okay, bye.